First, when you guys talk about getting together for film today, what is it like? Is it looking at the last couple minutes where things went wrong, or do you look at what you did right to get there? Or
look at everything, positives, negatives, see what works, see what didn't, and go forward.
What did you see in those last 3 minutes of the fourth that kind of allowed them to come back in the game on the film?
Yeah, they kept playing with pace, kept playing fast. I mean, yeah, they were making a lot of threes, but we still had a lead up 8, 40 seconds left, and just had to find Neesmith. He was hot, and just didn't do that.
You guys have normally been really good in the clutch and in crunch times. Did you see a deviation from what you guys normally do down the stretch, or what happened?
I mean, they made some tough shots, but it shouldn't have got to that point, and we have to obviously close out the game better.
And I know Boomer Bad, you always say stay level-headed. When it's a historic loss like that, something no one's ever done, how hard is that to sleep last night and recover and come back tomorrow?
I think win or lose, it's short-term memory, and you get ready for game 2, regardless. It could have been a blown-out. We still got to get ready for game 2.
What did you think of the pace that they played at? I know you guys had some high-scoring games during the regular season. I think like Sacramento was when you guys were running up and down. But the challenge of dealing with that every game now, how do you, I guess, now that you're in it, how do you deal with that?
I mean, it's just this is the challenge that they present, and so I mean, we're going to have to regardless, and that's just what they do, and we got to be ready for it. It's all about game planning and being ready to execute.
Jalen, the broadcast showed sort of a spirited debate between OG and Cat on the bench. It looked like you kind of got in between and calmed them down. Just what happened there? I guess.
This guy's talking.
Jalen, how important is your role as captain in a situation like this, kind of rallying the troops?
I mean, it's important, captain or not, just to be able to stick together and make sure that we're all on the same page and making sure we're ready to go. And it's just simple as that.
And how do you do that? What sort of key to that?
Obviously communicating and making sure we all still have our confidence, and just making sure we're level-headed. Like I said, short-term memory, whether it's a win or lose. And so just got to be ready for game 2.
You obviously know this room better than we do, but do you see that when you come in?
Say it again. Say it again.
You know this room better than we do. When you go in there today, is it short-term memory, or guys still? Were guys able to put it aside?
I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be thinking about it, but I think our mindset has to be short-term memory. Just from like the disappointment part. Obviously, we got to learn from what we did, but the short-term memory comes from the disappointment and discouragement of how we lost last night. So I'm just got to be ready to go.
You guys obviously outplayed them.
Loss of that. I mean, considering the stakes of your experience, that loss quite like, a loss quite like that. At any level, with it?
Probably, but I mean, it's unfortunate that happened last night.
How do you, from your experience, how do you get over it? How do you
turn the page? Just gotta turn the page. You gotta obviously know what we did wrong, and we gotta turn the page.
You guys obviously outplayed them yesterday for 45, 46 minutes, and so things kind of fell apart. Do you look at it as we got to do more of what we did right for those 45 minutes for 48, or do you have to deviate from what you guys did? Like, how do you look at the game in total?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, obviously, we kept up with them in the first quarter. In the first couple of minutes, they made like the first 7, 8 shots or whatever it was. But I think after that, we played pretty solid. Obviously got us a nice lead, a good enough lead to which we should be able to close the game out. So I think honestly just remaining our focus and keeping our edge for the full 48 minutes. And you can't let loose on a team like that.
You've had 2 of the last 3 games now some foul problems. Is it getting over-eager this time of year where sometimes maybe you're speeding yourself up defensively, maybe trying to do things maybe that you wouldn't do in the regular season?
It's just me being smart and understanding, obviously, offense and defensively what I have to do better. It is what it is. You just gotta obviously just be smarter.
Do you think you're not? Do you think you're taking maybe fouls you shouldn't be taking, or
Excuse me.
do you think you're some of the fouls?
The foul. If they call a foul, it's a foul, and then if we challenge it or not, it is what it is.
The starters as a unit, the numbers aren't great when all five of you are on the court at the same time. Just what do you see as a group and team? How do you get that unit going?
Yeah, obviously it starts with being ready to go in the beginning of the game. The first 7-8 possessions, like I said, don't help us from that number standpoint. But I have the utmost faith in these guys. I just, whatever all that stuff says, it's great and all, but I have faith in these guys.
What's the mood like in there today?
Yeah, no, I mean, energy's fine. Energy's pretty high. I think vibes are good. I think it's just, just owning up to, not finishing strong. But other than that, in the beginning, they started off making every shot, and then we kind of, figured it out, got better, strong fourth quarter start. So it's just like them last 5 minutes, and learning from it and just owning up to it and knowing what we got to do better. So it's not really crazy. Nothing to, obviously we want that game back, but, it's a 7-game series, so it's just come out, be better, and play whole 48 minutes next game.
Is there anything, I guess, you can pinpoint from those last 3 or so minutes that you feel like if you didn't do, maybe there's a different result? Bro?
Yeah, I think just communication defensively and offensively too. Just obviously you want to go as fast as you can, but I think just getting our offense a little bit faster. So, maybe if they stop the first action, there's still more time. But yeah, it's just just fight, just continue to fight. I think we just let off a little bit and then we stopped talking to each other. Just a little miscommunication, and they just got some real threes, and obviously Neesmith, making a lot of shots, but we didn't make it easier for him. I mean, we make it harder for him. We kind of, he just stayed hot, and we miscommunicated even on a couple more, and he still has some more rhythm ones even. So when he's hot and he keep getting rhythm threes, it's not going to be a good thing for us.
How do you avoid just the thought of we blew a great chance, and not let last night linger?
Yeah, I think we're all good. I think just coming in here, watching film, and whatever we got to talk about and watch the film, pretty much is that. Like I said, the energy was good, and we just understood what we did wrong. But yeah, I think we're all good. You definitely can't let one game. It's not the end of the world. Obviously we all want that game back, but yeah, you got another chance at it tomorrow. So
Apparently Halliburton said he was going to the basket until you sort of affected his dribble.
yeah.
Is that kind of the killer? Like, there's so many defensive breakdowns, and then you actually make a good defensive play, and it sort of backfires. And is that tough to sort of, like, you did everything right, but it still kind of goes wrong?
Yeah, it's tough, but resell the player, and reacted off that, and still got great looks for himself. So yeah, it's just part of it, but that's the difficulties guard great players like him.
You're obviously one of the most well-conditioned players in the league. The Pacers play at a pace that's up and down, 48 minutes.
Yeah.
You guys are going to have to deal with it for however long the series goes. Just how do you feel like guys are dealing with the pace and the up and down tempo, and what can you guys do to kind of keep up with how they have waves of guys who can play and run? And you guys
Yeah, good. I think it's the more it's like you said, it's always something when you watch on film is always different until it's live. And I think in the beginning, throughout, it got on us, and but towards the end we started to figure it out. Building that lead in the fourth and everything. But just gotta maintain it. I think that's the biggest thing. You got to maintain the communication and helping each other. You can't relax with them, and I think that's what happened in the last 5 minutes. Like, we got the lead, and we was doing well, and then just once you relax that a little bit, they take full advantage. So it's just, they're not going to stop, especially when you're down, and they're going to play probably even faster. So just got to maintain just the same, just locked in, just staying locked in, throughout the whole game.
What's the
When
key
you
to?
talk about the when you talk about the communication breakdowns, I mean, at the end, is that just a matter of like you telling people what you see, or I mean, how do you fix? Is it just because it's so chaotic because they play so fast?
Yeah.
Snowballs, or how does that work?
Yeah, I think it's just staying true to our coverages. You know, we know we're doing different type of coverages, so it's both guys are in the same action, knowing what we're doing and communicating and stuff like that. So I think we had a lot of miscommunications where one guy did the other and one guy thought something where, you know, we got to be all on a string knowing that, you know, if we're doing this, that we all five of us know, especially guys, the two guys that are in it, but all five should know as well. So that's really it. It's just, you know, you can't, I think it's just, and it comes from just relaxing a little bit, you know, just relax for a second and then you're a step late and you, or maybe forget, oh, I got to switch here or I got to rotate here. So it's just maintaining that throughout the whole game.
Is there a key to harnessing
Couple more guys.
the residual frustration from the game and using it to your advantage?
Yeah, man, I just, you know, we're excited to be in this situation, you know, to be in Eastern Conference Finals is just a blessing. And, yeah, I mean, we're excited for every game. Obviously, you know, losing that and bringing us for the next game. But even if we would have won, I think bring the same energy for game 2. But, you know, it's just, I think it's more just knowing that, you know, just there's still another game, another day left. So we just got to keep fighting.
However, sir, you thought that the depth wore you guys down late. Do you feel that was the case?
I just, like I said, I think it's our miscommunication. You know, I think just us miscommunicating and just relaxing a little bit when we got a big lead just kind of messed us up.
Jalen has carried you guys so many times at the end of the game in clutch situations. Is there any sense that surprise when he does it, when it's Halliburton, he's not the one who comes out as the hero?
Yeah, it's just, but I think that just goes to us getting stops as well. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of great players on teams, and you know, Reese is a great player for them, and you know, every team has their guys, and I think it just comes down to just getting stops and, you know, not have to be in those situations.
The starters,
Last one, guys.
The starters as a unit, the numbers aren't great. You guys got outscored by 16 last night. Just what are you seeing out there as a group?
Just think, like I said, just miscommunicating. You know, early they started off real hot. Then we kind of found a way. Obviously, our bench came in and it gave us support. But I think it's just us being on the same page. And it's kind of like that throughout each series we played in. Always some odd reason just takes us to the game or, you know, whatever to realize what we got to do. And, you know, also just figuring out different coverages, what's going to work, and, you know, adjusting as well. So it's just, you know, it's on us to be locked in on our scout and not be random. We got to follow what we got to do, and, you know, so all five guys, because, you know, if one guy branches off, you know, can mess the next guy up. So we just got to all be in tune and know what we're all doing out there since, you know, we're out there.